It's late evening in the Kimberley, and the sky glows with a faint sheen after a storm. Around a campfire, an Aboriginal elder sits with a group of kids, telling them something that makes their eyes widen. He speaks of a vast serpent, shimmering with all the colors of the rainbow, that slumbered beneath the earth, created rivers and mountains, and then vanished, only to return in the sky whenever waterholes needed replenishing. As his story winds on, he hints that this serpent may be stirring again, a sign hidden in recent storms. If you're curious to know why this myth matters today, stick around till the end. And if you love deep dives into ancient secrets, throw us a like and hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our journeys. The Rainbow Serpent is one of the oldest and most powerful myths in Aboriginal Australia. Described as an immortal being and creator god, it is both rainbow and snake, tying together water, land and sky. Its very form, serpent-like and iridescent, connects the cycle of the seasons and the life-giving rains. In many Dreamtime stories, the serpent travels between waterholes, explaining why some never dry up during droughts. It is seen as the giver of life, sending fertility spirits into rivers, billabongs and lagoons, yet it can be a destructive force if enraged, bringing floods and storms. Across Australia, the Rainbow Serpent goes by many names and stories: Ngalyod, Bolung, Guriala, even Yurlungur. Although Western scholars coined the term Rainbow Serpent, the concept differs across cultures. In Arnhem Land, it is celebrated in fertility ceremonies. In the Kimberley, it places spirit children in waterholes. And in Queensland, people tell of a cosmic carpet snake that lives in the realm of the dead. The serpent's dual nature, life-giver and potential destroyer, makes it a compelling symbol for life in a dry land, reminding everyone that water sustains but can also punish. Anthropologists note that the first known paintings of the Rainbow Serpent appear in rock art 6,000 to 8,000 years ago, right after the last ice age when the sea rose. Some researchers believe the image was inspired by the ribboned pipefish, a strange marine creature washed inland by rising seas, which would have been unfamiliar to inland communities. The story is considered one of the oldest continuing religious beliefs in the world. In this video, we'll explore the serpent's origins, its role in fertility and law, its destructive power, and its modern resonance. We'll weave in personal experiences, analogies, and historical context. Let's dive into this cosmic serpent's journey. In the Dreamtime, before hills and rivers existed, the world was described as flat, barren, and freezing. Aboriginal myth tells that the Rainbow Serpent slept beneath the earth with all the animal tribes inside her belly. When the time came, she pushed up through the earth, shouting to the animals to awaken, and created the sun and fire. She then cast the land out, shaping mountains, valleys, and hills, and flooded water over the land, forming rivers, streams, and lakes. According to researchers, the earliest rock art depicting the Rainbow Serpent dates back 6,000 to 8,000 years, emerging after rising seas reshaped northern Australia. One archaeologist, Dr. Susan Bradley, once described how she walked into an Arnhem Land rock shelter and saw a serpent painting over 6 meters long. She said the ochres still glowed as if freshly painted, and the serpent's body wrapped around handprints of countless ancestors. Standing there, she felt the weight of thousands of years, and the myth suddenly seemed less like a story and more like a geological memory captured in pigment. Some scholars suggest the serpent's image may have been inspired by the ribboned pipefish, a marine creature carried inland as sea levels rose. To inland clans, such a creature would have appeared otherworldly, reinforcing the idea of a magical being emerging from the sea. Others note that climate change forced different tribes to share land and resources, and the serpent became a symbol of unity, cooperation, and survival. Whether or not you accept these theories, the story of the Rainbow Serpent highlights how environmental upheaval can birth powerful spiritual narratives. This origin myth frames the serpent not just as a deity, but as a force of creation, intimately tied to the geology and climate of Australia. It teaches that land and water emerge together, and that both hold the serpent's essence. And it hints at a deeper theme. Whenever the land is reshaped by floods, droughts, or rising seas, the serpent may be stirring once again. Beyond creation, the rainbow serpent is intimately linked to fertility and reproduction. In Western Arnhem Land, it plays a crucial role in ceremonies about fertility, ensuring that people, animals, and plants continue to thrive. Many Aboriginal people in the Kimberley believe the serpent places spirit children in waterholes, meaning that women may become pregnant if they wade into certain pools. This belief makes waterholes sacred and explains why they must never be polluted or disrespected. One elder from the Mwanjum community once told an anthropologist how her grandmother would kneel by a waterhole, whisper to the serpent, and gently sprinkle ochre into the water as a sign of respect. In return, she believed that the serpent would send a child's spirit or ensure good rains. This story illustrates how daily rituals and beliefs are bound up with the serpent's presence and highlight a worldview in which water, life, and spirit are inseparable. Myths also describe the serpent as the creator of human beings, sending conception spirits into rivers and billabongs and controlling rainfall. It is the protector of the land, its people, and the source of all life. But if not properly respected, it can be a destructive force, causing storms and floods. During floods, the serpent is said to swallow people and later regurgitate their bones, which turn into stone. The serpent can also enter a person, bestowing magical powers or leaving little rainbows inside their body, which may cause illness or death. The rainbow serpent's regenerative and reproductive power is central to major ceremonies. Participants paint their bodies, dance and sing to honor the serpent, ensuring rains, fertility, and prosperity. These ceremonies also reinforce laws about sharing water and food, guiding social order. In essence, the serpent is both midwife and lawmaker, weaving human biology and social structure into a single mythic tapestry. In addition to giving life, the rainbow serpent is seen as a protector and enforcer. It stands guard over the land and its people, maintaining law and balance. When angered, it lashes out with storms and floods, punishing those who violate traditional rules or disrespect sacred sites. These punishments serve as cautionary tales, reminding people to obey Aboriginal law and live within nature's limits. A story from the Kimberley tells of a group of young men who hunted in a restricted area and mocked the elders' warnings. Suddenly, a massive storm swept in. The river rose overnight and carried away their camp. Villagers later found their belongings downstream, scattered among rainbow-colored stones. The elders said the serpent had swallowed the men and regurgitated their bones, turning them into those stones to teach everyone a lesson. Whether or not the tale is literal, it reinforces the idea that disrespecting the environment invites disaster. The serpent's punishing side is balanced by its protective role. Many tribes view it as the guardian of waterholes and springs, ensuring that these precious resources are not misused. In some traditions, the serpent also grants magical powers to healers or lawmen, reinforcing their authority. At the same time, it leaves little rainbows in those who break taboos, causing them to fall sick. Environmental scientists have noted that these stories encourage sustainable practices. By embedding ecological ethics into myth, the communities ensure that water sources are protected, hunting is regulated, and social harmony is preserved. The serpent's duality reflects the delicate balance between abundance and destruction, between the gift of water and the danger of floods. Listening to these stories today, We see parallels with modern climate challenges, ignore ecological laws, and the results can be catastrophic. Although Western literature often refers to the Rainbow Serpent as a singular being, Aboriginal cultures across Australia have numerous names and stories for this entity. In Arnhem Land, it is called Yurlungur or Julungul. In Western Arnhem Land, it is Bolung. In Queensland, it might be Kanmare or Tulun. Each name reflects different local traditions, languages and landscapes. For instance, Julungul is associated with feminine rights and fertility, while Yurlungur often enforces tribal laws. Anthropologists like Alfred Radcliffe Brown introduced the term Rainbow Serpent to the wider world, but this umbrella name can obscure the rich diversity of beliefs. Some Aboriginal elders argue that referring to a singular rainbow serpent can oversimplify their cosmology. They emphasize that stories are everywhere, existing across past, present and future, and that each community's serpent has its own personality and laws. Modern representations of the serpent show its continued resonance. The annual Rainbow Serpent Festival in Victoria celebrates music, arts and culture under the banner of unity and sustainability. Artists depict the serpent in murals, digital art, and even fashion, blending traditional motifs with contemporary styles. In 2016, the Sydney Opera House projected images of the Rainbow Serpent during the Vivid Sydney Festival, honouring its cultural importance. At the same time, debates about cultural appropriation highlight the need to respect Aboriginal ownership of these stories. Some elders have criticised unauthorised use of the serpent's image, noting that only certain people have permission to depict it in traditional contexts. This tension underscores the broader issue of cultural sovereignty, how to share ancient wisdom while protecting its integrity. As we explore the serpent's modern life, we see how it continues to inspire, challenge, and unify people across Australia. For many Aboriginal communities, the rainbow serpent isn't a distant myth, but a living force that still moves through the land and sky. When rainbows arc across the horizon after a storm, elders often say the serpent is travelling between waterholes, ensuring that springs don't dry up. This belief not only explains natural phenomena, but also encourages reverence for water sources. In recent years, there has been talk of the serpent returning in a symbolic sense. Climate change, with its rising seas and extreme weather, echoes the ancient story of the serpent awakening and reshaping the land. Some activists invoke the serpent to highlight the need for environmental stewardship, suggesting that the old warnings about disrespecting nature still apply. Scientists studying ball lightning and sprites, strange electrical phenomena that shoot up from storm clouds, have inadvertently added fuel to the myth. In 2012, a meteorologist in the Northern Territory captured footage of red flashes above a thunderstorm. When he showed it to elders in a nearby community, they said, "That's the serpent's tongue, flicking in the clouds." Whether you interpret this as coincidence or cosmic message, it illustrates how modern observations can fit into ancient frameworks. The serpent's return is also cultural. Young artists and musicians are reviving Dreamtime stories, weaving the rainbow serpent into hip-hop lyrics, film and virtual reality projects. A group of students in Perth recently created an augmented reality app that overlays a glowing serpent onto the sky when you point your phone at a rainbow. Elders supported the project, seeing it as a way to keep the story alive for younger generations. In this sense, the serpent is returning through technology, bridging tradition and innovation. Ultimately, saying the rainbow serpent returns isn't about a literal creature sliding through the clouds. It's about recognizing cycles of rain and drought, creation and destruction, respect and punishment, and reminding ourselves that these cycles are still at work. When we see a rainbow, hear a storm, or watch sea levels rise, Perhaps we should listen to the ancient voices that say, "The serpent is moving. Honor the water. Live in balance." The story of the Rainbow Serpent is more than folklore. It is a sophisticated framework that connects land, water, climate, and society. It teaches that creation and destruction are two sides of the same coin, and that respect for natural law ensures fertility and survival. In a dry and unpredictable continent, the serpent embodies the delicate balance between abundance and disaster. By listening to elders' stories, exploring ancient art, and observing the sky, we see how this myth remains relevant. It reminds us that water is sacred, that communities must cooperate when environments change, and that ignoring nature's warnings can have dire consequences. And it suggests that spiritual traditions can adapt, appearing on opera houses, in festivals, and in augmented reality, while still carrying profound messages. As we wrap up, think back to that elder by the campfire. He spoke of a serpent stirring beneath the earth, of storms heralding its return. Perhaps those storms are telling us something. Care for the land, honor your ancestors, and the serpent will move gently. It's a lesson from the Dreamtime that's as timely now as ever. If this tale of serpents, storms, and ancient wisdom captivated you, give this video a like and share it with a mate who loves mysteries. Drop a comment about the most incredible rainbow you've ever seen, or what the serpent means to you. And if you want to join us on more journeys through myth and history, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Your support helps keep these stories alive and ensures we can keep bringing you more Australian legends. Cheers, and see you next time.